Greetings class, this is Dr. Obsidia. Today I'm going to teach you how not to play the game called Bomber Crew. And last time we went through our pre-flight checklist to go through all of our crew hiring and going through the specifics of the aircraft. Today I'm going to take her up for a test flight here. Let's take a look at our mission. So it's just a bombing practice run, pinpoint precision, sounds pretty easy. We should have no problem landing this thing. Alright, set up a dummy target for some bombing run training. Your navigator will plot a route to the target. Okay. Alright, so it's still going to go through some of the tutorial stuff that I know how to manage. So, I select the pilot and then tell him to take off. There's my navigation point. So you have to zoom in. You can see I can zoom in and it'll select it. And it'll automatically start heading that direction. Of course, gotta raise gear. Sometimes I forget to do that and I've flown half missions with my gear down. Alright. I'm gonna zoom in on the target here. Line up with it. Here I need to get my bomber into position, so I'm going to tell him to move down, get those doors open, you select all the bombs. Now you can see I'm flying towards a target, got the crosshair set up over here on the right side. I'll be able to see the target once it crosses into my targeting scope, and then I can just hit the Y on my control pad to drop everything. Easy enough. A little bit harder when things are shooting at you, but for the most part, cakewalk. They want me to take a photograph now, so I'm going to close the doors. So we're investigating something out over the water here. I probably just need to fly over it, take a picture. Get a photograph of whatever's going on in the sea and return to base. Watch for enemy fighters. Okay, so there's the photograph location. No problem. Oh, we got a lot of stuff to take pictures of. Alright, well, switch to the bomber. It does slow down a bit, so you can take your time to take your picture. Take a picture of the first thing we're flying over. Looks like, there we go. Oh, it's a sub. Trying to hide from us by submerging as we fly over them. Missed that one because it's refreshing. That's okay, we can fly back around here. It looks like they all submerged. Alright. Navigator will keep us around the area we're supposed to be. They'll come back up. There's one. They tend to pop up and down. Bombing them's kind of a pain. They're a small target and they submerge sometimes right when you're flying over the top of them. Let's see if we can't get this guy. A little too easy. Alright, so we can get out of here now. Now the bombardier is done, so select him and put him back in the gunner position, just because you never know if something's going to show up. I doubt it since we're so close to England. Now we can pass time a little quicker, but we need to get closer to our mainland and safe area before it'll allow us to do that. That's in the upper left there. Right now it allows me just to slow down if I need to panic, but if you slow down you lose a little bit of money. Oh, something's broke. Zoom in, select my repair person, hydraulics, and tell him to go fix that. We can watch him, there's not much else to do. You can see he's repairing super slow. compared to what I'm used to. It says, yeah, any of your crew can do this, but the engineer is probably the best at it. Hydraulics are basically how my guns turn and everything. Without it, I can't really shoot anything. Alright, we're lining up the land, so I'm going to put my gear down. Of course I can't. Until he's done fixing it. It's almost done. Right. Gear down. Engineer, back to your station. Oh. Yeah, I guess I didn't select the runway. Just kind of flying over it. And now you can see in the upper left I've got the speed button, so I'm going to select that so my plane will get positioned a little faster and then I don't have to sweat the small stuff. Spinning around. Let's settle down there. Where are we going? Going in for a landing. Hey, don't crash on the runway either. Yeah, there we go. And the first flight of the Obsidian Knight is successful. But it was too easy, and it was just a tutorial mission. Of course, we get a little money. We don't get any intel or whatever that is. Return to base, and of course we didn't use the slow-mo time bonus. Get a little bit extra money. I almost never use that. And everybody gets a little experience. You can speed through this. And exit the debriefing. And now we're back into the core part of the game. Alright. Well, that was easy enough. Let's see what's up next. I could go through and upgrade my aircraft and stuff, but once again, I have confidence in my team here. We could bomb a motor factory. Artillery, we can bomb their ammunition dump. Or, one of our pilots is down in the water and needs help. The poor fellow needs us to drop survival gear to him. Well, we're a bomber. We could do that. That was nice to help somebody in the water. Though this one's good because you look on the right side, you can see that we get a bonus perk of enemy damage down for the next 2 missions. So that means we could do a little bit harder mission if we do this one. So let's take her up. This will give us a damage debuff on the enemy, which is really nice. Alright, so we gotta take off. Let's see what we're gonna fly here. Yeah, the navigator needs to be able to see and plot. If you get too high up in the clouds, he won't be able to see anything. And I can see I can set my altitude here. Just raising here up. I usually like to get up a little bit higher, medium. I've got some more choices to maneuver that way. Gives them more time to bail. Of course, I don't have any parachutes, but they could bail out if they had parachutes. Although we are going into a little bit of cloud cover. Pick up the speed a bit here. You can still see. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Right there, you couldn't see anything. %, 40% you can see the ground, which is fine. We don't have a belly turret, what they call the ventral turrets. Okay, there's where we need to drop our bombs. There's another place over there too. Alright, so we're starting our bombing run. We're gonna, don't want to lower the gear, not landing. I'm gonna drop down. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about, what not to do. I'm gonna drop down so that the plane has a better chance of hitting its target. We'll put the bombardier here. Only need 1 set of bombs just in case we blow it. We can go back around. We got incoming fighters now. All you gotta do is select them by, keeping them in zoom, and your fighters should start shooting them. Oh, better open the doors. A little bit too slow. slow. Take there. Let's go over here. Hit this one on the other side. Now we've got a secondary target over there I can go over there and take a picture of. I'm not too worried about those fighters right now. The bomber's pretty tough. You can take a lot of hits. Go after that. Take a picture. More incoming fighters though. Now your guys will run out of ammo. Don't need the doors open. He's reporting low ammo. I can probably get some more. I'll hope to go get some ammo. Our plane's not even taking much damage, so I think we can do a lot of stuff here and get some extra money. That's always a good thing. Okay. Take a picture over here too, although we are flying deeper in enemy territory. We're not really feeling any pressure from the overflights in those. Uh-oh. Fuel is half though, so that's not a good sign. Might need to stop playing around and start heading back soon. Bad thing to run out of gas in my first mission. My first real fight. Alright, let's turn this baby around. We'll send the bombardier back up to the front so he can help cover. He's helping to shoot in the front. I don't really know what he's on to. It's alright. We're gonna go hit that other one. Let's tell him to get back down into the position. Open the doors up. Select the bomb and get ready. Blow something up. Taking some hits here. Uh-oh. Somebody's hurt. Our radio operator is laying there dying. Alright, let's see if the... Uh-oh, alright. We're going to send the back gunner to grab the med kit. And we're going to tell him to go up here and bring this guy back to life. Uh-oh. My navigator's dead. That ain't a good thing. Well, I told you people were going to die. I wasn't joking. Let's kill this thing. Put him back up into the cockpit. Now my navigator down. No wonder they're not targeted. Give people something to shoot at. Another one over there too. Back on that gun. Radio operator. You are going to be our navigator. Our navigator's about dead. Some more ammo. So hopefully our new navigator, who is now the radio operator, is trying to figure out how to get us home before we crash. Our fuel's doing okay. Hydraulics is down. That ain't a good thing. When we're trying to come in for a landing, we need our landing gear. Old boy Burns is not going to make it back. Unfortunately, we only had one med kit. There's nothing we can do about that. There's home. You can see on the right side, the plane's taking a little bit of beating here. Put the gear down. There we go. Oh, we got some holes in the airplane. I think we took some chances on our first mission and we paid for it a little bit. It's alright, Burns. Put him back into his seat there. Our wheel's slightly banged up, but that doesn't mean anything. We'll be able to land just fine. And Burns is going to pass away. Moment of silence. Burns, he died well. And there it is. Alright. Although we lost Burns, we will bring in somebody else. Just speed through this. Yeah, see our optional recon photos at the bottom there. We got a lot of extra money, so that was worth it. Yeah, got some new skills there. That's nice that Mary Kennedy is now able to run lean. That saves some of our gas for the longer trips. And our two gunners now have focus, which means they get a little bit better accuracy when they're engaged pretty heavily. There we were fighting quite a few people. I didn't have some of them selected, but if they had focus, we might have been able to get through that without losing Burns. Fortunately, our navigator didn't make it. Now, there's some of the upgrades that came about because we unlocked them, and as you go along, you're going to get more and more unlocks. And before we call it quits, why don't we bring in a replacement to Burns? He's got 2 armor. Yeah, I think we're going to take McIntyre here, but he looks like, I don't know, Mr. Clean maybe? Without the mustache, I guess. With the mustache, he just looks like probably my high school, well, my middle school science teacher, actually. But he was a football coach, so I guess that works. He looks like a football coach. Let's take him. Alright, there we go. I'll get them some gear, and that way they don't get shot up and killed so easily, and then we can keep them around a little bit longer. Moment of silence for Burns was most appreciated by his family, I'm sure, and I hope that you're sticking around for the next episode. Have a good night, and class dismissed.